Hey guys, it's Hannah here, and today I am back with a Shop My Stash recap, and then at the end I did end up filming what I'm going to be, I did my actual shopping for the month of May. This is a recap of the products I was using in April. Let's get straight into it. I've got some oldies, I've got some new things, but let's, base-wise, you guys know I am panning. What am I panning? I am panning the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturiser and the It CC Cream. I finished my one size powder, so I'm panning the Luna Beauty. I finished my Sigma corrector, and the concealer I was using is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter in Meringue. It's quite a light shade and it's quite full coverage. I do enjoy it, but it's definitely not something I could get away with wearing in summer, but it is very pretty. Cheek products, panning my Rare Beauty and my MAC, but I did set my bronzer with the beautiful Marc Jacobs Tantastic. I wish this still existed. I love this. This is such a fantastic bronzer. It's huge. To me, it still smells right. Like, I cannot see myself getting rid of this. Like, I love it that much. Blush wise, I had two new blushes come into my collection in March, so I was playing with them in April. We have the Gucci Luminous Matte Cheeks and Eye Powder, the Blush de Beauté in Rosy Beige. So that is this one here. It is this beautiful, really cool toned rosy beige tone, as the name would suggest. And then we had the YSL Make Me Blush in Rose Haze. So this is much more of a kind of pinky toned blush. I actually ended up wearing the YSL more than I thought because the weather ended up being quite warm for an April. And then when I wanted something more peachy, I had M Cosmetics Heaven's Hue in Magic Hour. This is just a gorgeous soft peach with a soft shimmer, and that was kind of my blush range. Yeah, I definitely used the YSL the most, and all of them topped beautifully over the MAC. So depending on what look I was after, I could get it from those blushes, which was great. Highlight wise, I had two. For my more cool tone days, we went for the Bobbi Brown highlighting powder in Pink Glow. I love this. This is a marbled product. It is baked, and it's just the most beautiful pink. It's got a twinkly sparkle to it. It's not, there we go. It's so beautiful. And then on the more neutral slash warm tone, we have Double Gleam from MAC. Now this is kind of got a relatively translucent, not translucent base to it, but a very neutral base to it. And it does blend out, so it's very much looking like the wet look that you see down here without, yeah, a lot of that base pigment to it. It's really beautiful. It's that Extra Dimension formula. Both of those are beautiful again, but which makes sense because they're owned by the same company. I really love that kind of baked gelée formula with a highlighter in particular. For the eyes, brows, same Benefit. Precisely My Brow Wax is my tinted brow gel at the moment. My clear brow gel is the Patrick Ta Brow Lamination, and my eyebrow pencil is the Precisely My Brow. Mascara is still MAC Stack, and then eye base I was finishing off with the NARS. So let's start with palettes. We have the Natasha Denona Star palette. Now I picked this up on a Black Friday deal, like when it had been discontinued, and it's gorgeous. Like, it really is. But I really think that I keep this palette for Galaxia. Like, this shade here is Galaxia, and it is so beautiful. Like, I love the Natasha Denona eyeshadow formula. I don't see myself getting rid of it. But the really special shade in this palette is Galaxia. Like it's this neutral, but almost neutral kind of peachy base with this blue silver shift to it. And it's just absolutely stunning on the eye. And it is the kind of showstopper for that palette. And that's why I wouldn't get rid of it. However, the Patrick Ta Major Dimensions Volume 2, I wasn't wowed by this month. And when I was last decluttering, I thought about this because I do only use like 4 of these shades regularly when I use it. And I just wasn't super impressed by those 4 shades this time around. So I don't think this one is going to end up surviving declutter. The special shades aren't special enough. However, the ColourPop Head Capricorn in Charge is gorgeous. Like it is so simple, but it still gives like this silver shade really gives like this gorgeous sparkle and shine, and it's just fantastic. Like I love this. It's beautiful. Are the mattes the same quality as the Natasha Denona? No. But yeah, if I'm reaching for cool tone, I'm okay reaching for that ColourPop. Then we had the single shadows. I had 2 of them. If you saw my Instagram post, I got my nails done, and it was like getting my nails done reminded me of this shadow. This is Right Before Your Eyes from MAC, and it is the most gorgeous like purpley base with a green blue sparkle, and it's so pretty. It is phenomenal. The MAC special shades in their Christmas palette, when they do special shades for their Christmas collections, are just cannot be beat. I love them. And then we have Whitey K from Urban Decay. This is definitely a traditional shimmer eyeshadow, but it's still so effective on the eye. Like this is what I consider to be like a powder version of Charlotte Tilbury Oyster Pearl. Like it can be a one and done, but it still has enough shine to it that it looks impactful on the eye, but it still can blend out. It's really pretty. I really like it. Even if I don't use it as a one and done and I use it blended with a matte, it looks great. And I did use my Rare Beauty eyeliner. I think I used it once. I've used it twice so far this month, and we're a week into May, so there's that. Oh, and the eyeshadow stick. I wore this under the Urban Decay one day, and that was the only time I wore it. This is High Taupes from MAC. And I'm putting it on a slightly wet hand, which doesn't help. This is okay. So this is what I got from last year's MAC holiday collection. And I find I like it better sheared out, but when you shear it out, it can go patchy. So it's a bit finicky. I don't know if it's something that will stay in my collection. I feel like it's something I would need to try again because I'm not sold on it. Lip product wise, this was a good lip product month. Lip liner wise, I used Anastasia Beverly Hills Muted Mauve. It is just, I don't know what's like, it's a cool tone brown, so I get the name, but it's really pretty. Lipstick wise, we had MAC Velvet Teddy. This is a cult classic for a reason. Super pretty. And even though it's a warmer lipstick, it still works with the Anastasia. MAC Spiked Cocoa. Spiked Cocoa is one of the Velvet Kisses from a couple of years ago. And it's basically just like a cooler tone version of Velvet Teddy, I find. It's like very similar depth but cooler in tone. Really pretty. Then we have Bitch Perfect from Look at that. I could honestly pan this lipstick, I think. I tried to pan it once and it's taken me forever since. But this is Bitch Perfect from Charlotte Tilbury. Just a really nice peachy nude. And then, no, that's not in there. So this was my most worn. The Gucci Rouge de Beauté Brilliant Shine in Call It a Day. This is like classic Hannah, this like cool tone mauve, but in the current Hannah format of super shiny, gorgeous. This was my most used. It's gorgeous. And I know I have like every formula of this, but this is special. Then we had put out an oldie but a goodie, Sephora Caramel in that similar format. It's just a warmer tone version of that lippy. Super pretty. And then a lighter version of even that is Sweet Treat from MAC. This is the Tender Talk lip balm. And it's just a super nice nude, really easy to wear. But the silent love is the Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment in I Love Me from Ola Henriksen. This is a kind of peachy, shimmery nude that smells like strawberries, and it is gorgeous as a lip balm, as a lip gloss. Incredible formula, thick and juicy and hydrating, and I loved it. I really did. It was, yeah, fantastic. So, couple of questionables for the future, but big wins lip and cheek product wise this month. Super happy about that. So let's go and look at what I'm going to use in the month of May. Starting in at the foundation and concealer drawer. Obviously I have my two foundations that I'm panning. What is that? Ooh, Lisa Eldridge, why are you leaking? I do not like that look at all. Just a leaking expensive foundation. Nothing to worry about there. Oh, that is a lot of leakage. Anyway, so I'm panning foundations, but I do have a wedding this month, and that means that I am pulling out my lovely, tried and true, well, kind of tried and true, and that was all in the dark, Event foundation, which is the Very Valentino foundation. So I'm going to pull that one out. And then at the point in time when I am filming this, you have not seen this, but I have not filmed this, but you have seen this by the time this goes up. It is my project pan update where I have finished my concealer, which means I need to pan a new concealer and I need a new corrector. So what I will be panning is the LYS Triple Fix. And my corrector I'm going to pull in is the Bobbi Brow. Next drawer is powder and face palettes, and I already have my Luna Beauty Luniversal powder, which I am panning out. So for this one, I am just going to pull a face palette. I'm going to pull the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. This is just really good for on the go, and I really love the bronzer, and the highlight's really pretty too. So I'm going to pull that one from this drawer. Alright, for the rest of my cheek palettes, I've already got a bronzer in the Bronze and Glow, so I'm not going to grab a bronzer. I am going to grab another highlight. I'm going to grab out the Rare Beauty Mesmerize highlighter. Can you see? There we go. For a pinky highlight, since the Charlotte Tilbury is gold. And then for blush, let's pull out Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. Nice neutral tone there. Another neutral tone, but a little bit more kind of bronzy neutral with the M Cosmetics, what is this called? Baroque Heaven's Glow Blush. And then something a little bit peachy, MAC Warm Soul for a peachy moment. I skipped the eyeliner drawer and the eye primer drawer because I am panning my Ulta Beauty and my Rare Beauty at the moment, and I don't need any more eyeliners, I don't think. single shadows. What do I want to pull out of here? I'm just going to say I have pulled out my Maybelline Color Tattoo eye stick, which is new in I Am Courageous. I haven't even hauled this yet by the time you're seeing this. This is new. It's something I bought in April. So that's something that I'm going to use in terms of the cream shadow. Looking at my singles, nothing super calling to me. You know what, let's pull out Hourglass Reflect. I think that's a really good one for an event. Super easy to wear that. And let's go the Glitter Puck. No, let's not go the Glitter Puck. Let's leave the Glitter Puck because that Hourglass is quite sparkly. Let's go for the highlight shade, the diamond one. Diamond Eyes from Charlotte Tilbury. This is super pretty, kind of golden sparkle. Let's do that. Alright, into my small palettes, and I think in this one the only thing I'm gonna pick out is my Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerize. Is this Exaggerize? Nope, that's Pearl Talk. I don't want Pearl Talk, I want Exaggerize. This is got the cool tone sparkle, so I've got the champagne sparkle, a gold sparkle, and then the kind of silvery sparkle here. I just really like this palette. Really great for every day. So that's the only one I'm going to pull out here because I've used quite a few of these already this month. But let's look at bigger palettes. Alright, now looking at bigger eyeshadow palettes, I've got two really pretty sparklies for this one. So I'm going to pull out my Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette. I think this will go really well with both the Hourglass and the Charlotte Tilbury. And while I have this out, I'm also going to pull out my single eyeshadows from Cleona. These are gorgeous and I think they pair really well with the Master Mattes as well. So I'm going to do that. And then for an all-in-one palette, let's go with Natasha. Let's go with I Need a Nude because I love this palette and I really would like to play with this. It's super pretty. Alright, so that is it for large eyeshadow palettes. Lips. Alright, now we have lip products. I haven't pulled out a liquid lipstick in a while. No, I lie. I had a liquid lipstick this month and I actually didn't mind it. So it was one of the mousse. It was the MAC Spice Cocoa. So I'm going to pull out Dose of Colours Truffle because it's a similar kind of moussey texture. Lip gloss. I'm panning. What am I panning at the moment? The NARS one. But let's go Patrick Tar, the Lip Shine. I think this is super sparkly and I honestly haven't tried it out. So let's have a play with that. Lipstick wise, we will go for, this is a tricky one. Let's go for Thanks It's MAC. Nope, that's Sarah. Thanks It's MAC. I love this lipstick. It is such a pretty neutral shade and it's gorgeous. So let's do Thanks It's MAC. Let's do the Cream Nude Venus lipstick. It's a cream lipstick which is in a brownie shade. Or is that the one I already wore? Is that the one I've already worn, or did I wear the Lip Shine? No, I wore the Lip Shine. This one's the one I've already worn this year, right? I don't know. They're both called Nude Venus. That's what's annoying. No, I think I wore this one already. I won't do that. Let's do Makeup by Mario Nude Glow. This is a brown, glossy lip. Let's do Introvert by MAC. I haven't worn that in ages. It's like a matte, cool tone shade, and I think that would be really interesting with the Patrick Car on top. Let's do, where is it? Lisa. Let's do Lisa Eldridge Sweet Fig. It's another kind of brownie, but again, that's on the shinier side. I want something a little bit peachy. Little bit peachy. Let's go Tart White Peach. Light peachy shade there. Alright, if I got white peach, I need a darker lip liner to wear with it. Alright, that's it for these lip products. Let's get to lip liners. Alright, so I just kind of grabbed out my lip liners because they're in a really awkward space that I can't really show you. I thought I used Worthy. We're going to go Colourpop Beeper. That's a slightly deeper lip liner that works really well with the white peach. So we'll do that. Let's do Rare Beauty Worthy as well, which is a bit more peachier. Yeah, let's just do those two. All right, and that is it. Let's pick a fragrance. Again, my fragrances are a bit tricky to show, so I've just pulled them out. I'm going to do 3. So we're going to do Vanilla Woods by Seven Virtues. We're going to do Missing Person from Fleur and Plumes from DS and Durga, mostly because I don't know what I feel about this one. I'm still trying to get my head around this one, but I know I love this one. So that's why we're going to go for 3 this month. Alright, so that is what I wore in April and what I'm going to be focusing on in the month of May. Hope you guys like this video. I did obviously try and change it up a little bit for you guys. So let me know in the comments how you find it. This video a thumbs up if you liked it. Also let me know what you've been using lately. Are you loving it? Are there things you think you might need to declutter? I'd love to know. Click subscribe to stay tuned for more. Next video is going to update you on my low buy, and honestly, I don't know if I can call it a low buy month. It was a big one, but definitely stay tuned for that, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.